Namaste, good day everyone. Seems like a lot of people are struggling today, including myself, so I just wanted to make this video on the real for you, instead of being some guy who's like talking about, ascension and light and everything. Let's be real of who we are and what's happening. And I just want you to know that I love you, obviously, unconditionally. We are just going through this, whatever it is, and I know that we hear that all the time. Going through it, going through it, going through it. What about this moment? What about this moment that we're in right now? Instead of trying to get out of this moment by saying, oh, well, soon this moment will be over and there'll be another one. No, I think it's time that we start acknowledging the fact that we exist and that we're in the now, and we are here eternally for each other to be love. We deserve support and love, acknowledgement, respect, honor. And the more and more that we show that to ourselves on a day-to-day basis, the more and more that we will naturally show it to everyone else around us. And we will, that essentially is what, love and ascension is calling us to do, is to act as if we are the love of the universe. And I'm not saying that to make it some big, the title of this video is the love of the universe. No, it's simple, because right now, in this moment, this simple moment, my chakras aren't lit up. I'm not like Kundalini. There's not like big, huge Merkaba around me right now. I'm just a person sitting on a porch. But I love you unconditionally. In this now moment, and whatever it is that you're feeling, thinking, struggling with, whatever it is. But in this moment that we're sharing together, I want you to feel the love that this person has for you. I love you. I love you. And I'm sorry that your pain has been ignored for such a long time. I'm here to remind you that you are your own Savior. Christ is you. He's an aspect of yourself. Christ was a reminder. When he came to this planet, he was reminding us of love. That's all. We've forgotten love. So, all those suffering with anxiety, who are not knowing how to deal with it, honestly, not knowing how to deal with it. And people throw all these things at them and say, you gotta surrender, you gotta meditate, you gotta watch this video, you gotta pray, you gotta, do X, Y, and Z, follow your excitement. All of these things that we collect as tools that we think are going to help us escape from something. I'm here to tell you, I don't want you to feel like you have to escape yourself. You deserve to be in the moment you're in, and to recognize here and now that you deserve love. And I love you. Completely. Completely. I'm not saying you need to be anything. Okay? I don't see you, but I love you. I don't see your reaction to this video. I don't know what your facial expression is. But I still love you unconditionally. And that's the way it's always going to be with me. And I know that I love myself unconditionally, even though, obviously, there's times when I do things that are completely not in alignment with unconditional love, that are just completely egocentric, completely selfish, completely disrespectful, And all of those things that I do are just going to be met with unconditional love. And I'm not even asking them to change. I'm not even going to ask them, oh, I'm doing that because I want you to go away. No. I'm just going to decide I love unconditionally whatever comes up for me to love. That's just the way that my life is going to go. That's all. That's it. That's it for me. That's the only choice that I have available. I love the feeling that my back hurts right now. I love the person who's suffering right now. I love the person who doesn't know how to let go of shame and guilt. I love the person who doesn't know how to acknowledge his own divinity. I love the person who doesn't know how to acknowledge the divinity in others around him. I love the person who doesn't know how to feel safe, even when there's absolutely no reason outside for me to feel unsafe. I still don't know how to feel safe. I love you. I love the person who thinks everything warrants some kind of fear. I love you. I love the person who has panic attacks. I love the person who has anxiety. I love the person who's going through heartbreak, and I love the person who is suffering with grief. I love the person who thinks that they're supposed to be enlightened by now. I love the person who thinks that they're supposed to be ascended by now. They're supposed to be in the fifth dimension, and they're still on the earth. They must have failed. Oh, geez, damn it. I love you. I love the person who blames themselves for everything because they believe they're creating their reality. I'm not saying that that's not true, but I love you. Honestly, if you think about it, the more and more that you're in a vibration where you're struggling, that means you need more love, not less. That's where love is at work. That means you're doing it correctly. If we were all in some perfect high vibration where everything is peaceful, yeah, okay. It's easy to love there. You just sit there, you go, I am love. Woo! Feeling good, I'm love. No, we're not. We're here. We're here to be love. On earth, on this struggle, in this lifetime of ups and downs and confusion and aloneness and despair. I love you through all of that shit. Okay? Through all of this shit, all of these changes, all of these uncomfortable energetic things that are going on inside of you, your root chakra opening, your kundalini awakening, all this shit is terrifying. I love you. Because we don't have any control over the process. The only thing that we have control over is how much we are going to resist the process. And the only thing that's actually ever going to quell that fear is unconditional love. I love you unconditionally. Always and forever. I feel like shit. I love you. There you go. I mean, what else is there to do? I mean, if you're already at the bottom of the barrel, that's a good place to be loving to yourself, isn't it? That's the best place, honestly, in the entire universe. The third dimension of Earth, where you've just had a breakup that you don't know how your heart is going to have it, how your heart is ever going to, feel any positive energy ever again in its life. I love you so much. I love you. I want you to put your hand on your heart for a second. And it doesn't matter what your mind is saying. I love you, mind, because I know you're going to say some shit when I do this. It's okay, I love you. But if we put our hand on our heart, because it's our heart, it's ours, together, one, our heart. Put our hand on our heart and just allow it to beat together. And realize that we are here. No matter what's going on, what we perceive in our reality, allow unconditional love. To allow it. Don't try and do anything about it. Just realize that it's always there and it always wants to grow. It always wants to begin its journey of taking over your life. The only thing we have to do is get out of our own way. So put your hand on your heart and let's just say, I acknowledge my pain. You can repeat it after me. I acknowledge my pain. I acknowledge all of the suffering that I've witnessed. I acknowledge all of the suffering that I can't do anything about. And I acknowledge all of the suffering that I could do something about but failed to. And I surround all of it in the unconditional love of the universe. I acknowledge my guilt and shame, and I acknowledge the many, many reasons I think that I need to hold on to that guilt and shame. And I acknowledge the inability for me to forgive myself and others. And I love all of it unconditionally. You are divine, you are special, you are unique. You are always in my heart. I treasure and cherish every aspect of you. Every aspect of you, not just the light. Every aspect of you. I love you unconditionally. Have a great day. And just know that there's someone, many, 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 many people who love you unconditionally. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. Namaste.